Howdy, my beautiful Pisces. How are you doing today, darling? Let's get into your weekly tarot reading, your final tarot reading for September, going into October. All right, so let's begin this tarot reading here today. Remember, Pisces, consume more than just your one zodiac sign when you're getting tarot readings on YouTube. All right, check out your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus sign. In the top right-hand corner of your screen, Pisces, you'll be taken to my monthly pick a card tarot reading, which I think you'll enjoy, darling. All right. But let's begin your tarot reading here today. All right, give this video a like and subscribe if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, because it does help me out a lot and it's free to do. And let me know how this resonates with you in the comments below. So the card that fell out for you here, Pisces, was the Hierophant energy. Fabulous energy to be having, all right? The Hierophant can be known as the card of marriage. It is a sign of where, that's why you see the stepping stones right here. It's a sign that you're getting very much so in tune with your soul's purpose. It feels as if the coming days for you, you're going to be making a lot of progression here. These on these stepping stones. All right, I feel like for you in October, are you guys taking like going to school, Pisces? Are you going to school trying to get a certification on something? Are you doing research into something? I want to call you Cancer, I apologize. Are you doing research into something, Pisces? All right, whatever that case is, I feel like you're furthering your knowledge, and it's through you furthering your knowledge, and whatever the subject is, right? It doesn't matter. It's the correct thing. It's the correct thing to help you progress and walk on those stepping stones. All right, you are in perfect alignment with your soul's purpose currently. All right, so very beautiful there. All right, as I said as well, the card, it can be known as the card of marriage, but you take the marriage aspect of like the romance out of it or the people out of it, and it's more so like an energy of like commitment. What are you committing yourself to for the long term that sets you up beautifully? All right. So let's take a look here at your energy, Pisces. You have the 5 and Ace of Wands here with the Queen of Pentacles coming in. All right, I feel like what it is, the answer to your problem is some type of research here, Pisces. I feel like you're reaching some type of brick wall currently, some type of impasse that's making things a little bit complicated for you to follow in your passion. All right, it's this sense of where especially with this Queen of Pentacles, you could be seeing this in a way where it's like you're trying to get like some business off the ground, something off the ground here, but it's really hard to get something going, to have money flow into this new idea, this business or what have you, because of that 5 of Wands blockage there. It's the sense of where it's like you want to follow in your passion, Pisces, but the complications make it really hard. And so the answer to those complications, because the Hierophant energy came out here, falling out, it's like spirit suggesting to you to research more, educate yourself more. Don't give up on this. Dive deeper into this. This is something that's worth not throwing away or putting a pin on it. This is something worth working through actively, because eventually this is how you're going to be looking. You're going to be sitting pretty, darling. All right. Genders obviously don't matter, Pisces, but you're going to be sitting pretty. Ooh, did I just turn my ring around the wrong way? There we go. Aesthetics, darling. Leave me alone, Pisces. But yeah, so this is a sense of where it's like you're not wasting your time right now, Pisces. Continue delving deeper into this. Don't respond to the obstacles with giving up. Go deeper. Let's clarify this. We're going to do one bridge shuffle before we continue on. Ooh, the Pisces, I do not enjoy this tarot deck at all. This is like, if you ever ordered from Amazon, I feel like these tarot cards were made from an Amazon box. It's just so flimsy. I love the deck, using it, the energy of it, but the quality of the cards is just like, if you ever see it online, don't ever buy it. I know it's a little bit cheap, but it's just not worth it at all with the quality. It's like, how are you going to make a tarot deck out of some boxes? You need to have it be a little sturdy. All right, so clarifying this here, Pisces, you have the 2 of Swords, the Queen of Cups with the 8 of Cups here. Yeah, so I'm going to be honest here, Pisces. This feels like the sense of where you feel like giving up, or you are leaning towards wanting to give up on a situation because you're just like, no, this is like not fulfilling in the way that I thought it was going to be fulfilling. This is not hitting in the way that it needs to be hitting, right? Now with this 2 of Swords energy here, Pisces, this is this sense of where it's like you kind of, there's this push for you to really, there's like this message of like going all in. All right. And so I know it's a little bit irresponsible of me to say it's like, oh, just go all in on this energy here, Pisces. But I do feel like for you, it's like important because it's this sense, whatever this energy is, it's like you're very focused on it with that Queen of Cups there, but it's calling you out not to let your emotions get to the best of you where you get frustrated with the lack of result, 8 of Cups there, and just calling it quits. But there's this sense of like, if you're wanting something to work out, Pisces, you need to give it the energy that it rightfully deserves, which is like this sense of like going all in, whatever all in looks like for you, Pisces. It's like really committing to it. You know, it's all fine and dandy to say, Pisces, it's like, oh, I want to do social media for a living. I want to do YouTube, right? I hear that all the time in my comments. I'm like, well, for one, you should always have a YouTube channel. There's no reason not to. But two, if you're going to do YouTube and want to have it make a living off of it, darling, you're going to have to do a little bit more research than just like jumping into it, right? It's going to be a little bit difficult, but it pays off. And you know, it's worth the time and research because that Hierophant energy. Does that make sense, Pisces? So it's not trying to dissuade you from the goal. It's not trying to get you to change anything. It's this sense of where it's like, don't allow that initial blockage with that 5 of Wands, Pisces, to dim your passion there with that Ace of Wands. Just because you're not getting the results that you were anticipating with it quite yet, doesn't mean it's not going to pay off if you continue putting in more work. I just feel like you should put in a little bit more energy, like go all in on it, whatever all in looks like. Now, Pisces, let's get into your social life right now, all right? We could be tapping into an old energy from the past, an ex, all right? We could be tapping into platonic, romantic, business, family. Could be tapping into an energy that you haven't met yet. I'll try to be as specific as possible so you'll know who I'm talking about if we're talking about somebody that you know. Excuse me. So we have here the 6 of Wands, the Empress card coming in, 10 of Swords with the Hermit card coming in. I'm going to be honest here, Pisces. I feel like this energy comes in like, and spoiler alert, I kind of see like a new energy being possible for you, or just attention in general. I don't feel like it's one. I don't feel like we're focusing in on one specific person or energy, Pisces. All right. So don't be overthinking it in that way. But I see this in a way where it's like, there's going to be a point in time where I think it's important for you to get out of your shell, Pisces. You're going to be in your research phase for a while. You might be just really focused on your business, focused on your finances for a while. Not a bad thing. I feel like you should focus on it. But sometimes, Pisces, all right, and I'm going to call you out with love, darling. One of my best friends are a Pisces, so I love y'all so much, honey. But Pisces, with that love, I have to be a little bit honest here. Sometimes, Pisces, y'all love to stay home, and y'all love not only to stay home, but I feel like when you get into doing something, you will sometimes forget to eat. You will sometimes, like, you'll just be so hyper focused on it that nothing else in the world matters. And you get a lot done. Fabulous, right? But just have some type of conscious awareness for me, Pisces, to know when to put the book down, essentially, and to go outside. All right. Essentially, it's just like, just understand there is going to be a point in time where I feel like it's important for you to put the book down and to go outside. But just have that proper balance, because I feel like in the coming days for you, there would be some fruitful connections or some connections that you would enjoy here in the coming days. All right. Should you decide to go out. Okay. And let's clarify this before we move on. King of Swords here, 10 of Swords. Oh, 3 of Pentacles coming in. That's someone, 10 of Pentacles, 2 10s. All right. 10s represents closures to cycles, first of all, Pisces. All right, 10 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, King of Swords here. All right, here, Pisces. I could read this in a couple of different ways, all right? To be quite honest, I feel like, Pisces, you could read this in one way of where the wise spirit's trying to push for you to just be aware about sometimes going outside and just leaving that hermit state at some point in time. You know, there's a time and a place to be a hermit and to be about the work, and then a time and a place to just go outside. And I feel like if you start running into like a roadblock, again, Pisces, I feel like it's important for you to go out, because with that King of Swords energy and then that 3 of Pentacles, you could see this in a way where it's like someone has some extreme intelligence and would be able to assist you working on something that you might have a problem with. 10 of Swords there, right? Where you're kind of like, I don't know what to really do, right? Take note, second 10 of Swords, by the way, in the same row. All right. And help you get to this abundance here, help stabilize things in your life, right? 10 of Pentacles is that card of I mean, it is like the epitome of abundance. I know this is such an word abundance is such an overused word, myself included, but that's really what this is here, Pisces. It does feel like someone could be the answer to your problems, as corny as that sounds, you know? So, anyways, Pisces, let's go into your oracle cards this week here. See if there's any other messages that we need to flesh out for you, darling. How's that sound? Pisces, I cannot believe that we're already about to be going into October. I feel like this, I've been saying it, but I feel like this year, like, time just continues to go faster and faster. And you know how people, when you're younger, people's like, oh, like the time just flew by. Appreciate every moment. You never know, whatever. And you're like, oh yeah, whatever. But it's like truly, like, I feel like time just continues flying by. All right, last quarter moon in Taurus, releasing control, working through what is this, working through your feelings, last moon in Aries. And then we have forgive, full moon in Pisces, your energy here. All right, Pisces, so first of all right, release control. First call out for you. All right, some of you have too much are too obsessed with having control and having say in every part of your life, and it's not a bad thing to really rely on your own intelligence, Pisces, but I think it's really important to acknowledge that other people have intelligence as well that could help you work through your feelings. All right, some of you also need to learn how to forgive either yourself or a past situation that makes it hard for you to connect to future connections, or forgive whoever made you feel as if that you could only rely on yourself and that you had to have strong obsessive control in your life because the parental figures or just whoever was supposed to help you have control in your life or that you relied on just made your life more out of control here. All right, so we're not going to go too deep into that. We're just like, oh, let's talk about your childhood, like but this is your lesson, this is your shadow work. Funnily enough, we pull this card here, right, the strength card. This is my card of shadow work. There is some, you know, very easy just to corny say is like, oh, like you probably didn't have a happy childhood. Girl, who didn't have like some trauma in their childhood, right? That's what makes you interesting, right? When you have some trauma, have enough trauma in you, honey, that's what makes you funny, right? But that's what I see this as, just having some type of awareness. I don't need to sit here on a soapbox and try to preach to you about forgiveness and all that, darling. All right, this is more so, I like to treat these as more so just like a call. I'd be like, hey, this is in your, you know, let me bring this to your awareness if you're not already aware. You know, your journey, what that journey looks like after it's brought to awareness is your own personal business. All right, you have the cat card coming in here. It's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your over dependency on others, Pisces. All right, do two more for you. I'm gonna spoil you, honey. Don't tell the other signs. All right, so Pisces, you also got the cheetah and roadrunner card. All right, keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously, and get clear on your intention and stay focused to move quickly towards your goal. All right, so this is a message where it's like, lighten up. Just because you're dealing with some obstacles, just because things are not coming into fruition as quickly as you would like it to come into fruition, Pisces, doesn't mean you need to give up on it. Just enjoy the journey for what it is. Much easier said than done, Pisces. You know, it's one thing, it's much easier to say when you're not in that journey, to be like, oh, just appreciate the journey, and when you get to the destination, then you'll be happy, right? Don't be focused on the destination. It's all fine and dandy to tell someone to not focus on the destination when they're not the ones that are impacted by whatever happens at the end of that destination. Am I right? Anyways, let's continue on here, Pisces. Final oracle deck that we're going to be using for you today. All right. By the way, thank you for listening up until this point. It's such a pleasure connecting to y'all's energy here. If you can't tell, I've been really enjoying doing y'all's reading. It's a little bit, it's nice. It feels like I'm just reading a friend right now. A lot less effort to connect. Anyways, the disowned self, roots girl, darling. Number 46, equaling to 1 in numerology, which is associated with the magician card, by the way. All right, the magician is associated with creating the reality that they want to see in this world. So they have that power. It's all inside of them. All right. Now this root girl, all right, the disowned self, this is literally like the epitome of like the wounded child. The root girl is the sense of like, who are you at your core? Why are you the way that you are? All right. And also sometimes when it comes to unpacking stuff from your childhood, darling, right? We try to get rid of the childhood part and then we get the root girl, right? Sometimes when it comes to unpacking things from your childhood, you have to break away the branches or the roots that developed where it's like you became like, you took on some of these traumas or these situations and made it your own identity because you're just like, oh, that's how I am. I'm, you know, X, Y, and Z, right? You could list all the reasons of like the less like why you are like the way that you are and viewing yourself and not in high of a light as you could be. Two of Pentacles coming in here, Nine of Swords coming in here. All right, and then the Knight of Pentacles here. This is, again, even in these three tarot cards here, Pisces, this is a sense of where it's just like release control. I feel like you're juggling with way too much right now, trying to quicken the pace with this Knight of Pentacles here. And then it just leaves you in this place of Nine of Swords where you're feeling anxious and just like, man, what can you're racking your brains like brain where it's like, what can I do? What can I do to have this harvest come quicker? You can't. Just, again, enjoy the journey for what it's worth here. Stop overwhelming yourself currently. And this is a time, Pisces, I just feel like the need to say this message of where it's just like, you know, post your art and don't pay attention to the results. Post your stuff, don't look at the analytics. Just post your things and don't pay attention to the like count, the view count, or how many people see or what have you, how many sales you make. Just focus right now on doing the work, doing the art, and don't focus on the number right now. The number will come. All right, the number will come. So it's getting hot here, Pisces. The sun's coming right in, but it looks so gorgeous on the screen, I think. So I love you so much. I'm going to wrap up this tarot reading here today. Thank you so much for this privilege, Pisces. I love you so much, darling, and hopefully I can connect to you sometime in the near future. Bye, darling.